Buckeye Nation, what's poppin'? Crazy Dog coming at you as always on the Buckin' Crazy YouTube channel with my Ohio State Buckeyes, Michigan State Spartans Week 5 game preview as our number 3 ranked, undefeated 3-0 Ohio State Buckeyes are finally hitting the road for the first time this season after they dominated their first 3 opponents at the Horseshoe, as they travel to East Lansing, Michigan to face off against the 3-1, somehow unranked, Michigan State Spartans. Now, you look at the Spartans' schedule so far this season, and unlike Ohio State, because you already know people have been giving Buckeye fans grief about our non-con schedule, right? Well, Michigan State's non-con schedule is slightly better. They played Florida Atlantic, who they beat by 6. They smacked Prairie View A&M 40-0. And then last week, they went to Boston College and they lost 23-19. Now, they have played one conference game, and that was against Maryland on the road, and they beat Maryland 27-24. Now, it is important to note that in their game against Boston College, they were without 2 of their stud wide receivers, Jerron Glover and Nick Marsh. So, yeah, those 2 were out, but they still had Montorie Foster. He had 4 receptions, 87 yards. And, of course, Michigan State's run game was super effective. 33 carries, 127 yards, and a touchdown from Aiden Childs, the quarterback, who came over along with their coach from Oregon State. But K'Ron Lynch-Adams was their leading rusher. I believe Ohio State was actually interested in him in the portal, but of course he went to East Lansing. We got Quinshon Judkins, so we ain't mad about that at all. Now, as far as how Aiden Childs did overall last week, well, let's just say he didn't do that good. 17 of 35, 241 yards, 3 interceptions. Ouch. Can't do that against Ohio State. You get your butt blown off. For real. I mean, damn. You cannot throw 3 picks against Ohio State. We make you pay for that. Now, on the other hand, Thomas Castellanos, who actually got hurt in this game apparently, because he's not playing in their next game, 10 of 16, 140 yards, and a touchdown. So not really much there. But, I mean, Boston College did have 152 yards and 2 touchdowns on the ground on 43 carries. And through the air, 10 receptions, 140 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Castellanos only threw to 3 guys. Lewis Bond, Jaden Skeet, and Treshaun Ward, the running back. Okay. And now Sparty has to deal with one of the best receiving corps in the nation, including the class of 2024's number 1 wide receiver. Yeah, Jeremiah Smith. Now, the funny thing is, Sparty fans will always put Nick Marsh in the same category as Jeremiah Smith, but we'll see if Nick Marsh plays this week, and then we can really compare the 2, right? And of course, Nick Marsh would have to go up against the BIA, one of the best secondary units in the nation. Denzel Burke, Davison Igbenogson, Jordan Hancock, maybe Matthews or whoever else they throw out there against him. Right? Because, again, we are absolutely loaded to the gills at cornerback. Most likely, I think it'll be Hancock on, forgot his name. Marsh. Oh my God, that's so funny. Just random brain fart right in the middle of a video. Gotta love it, right? Gotta love it. Unscripted. Yeah, for those wondering, I do not do scripts for my videos. I just go right off the dome. When you look at Sparty's overall roster, it's not even that bad. They have a solid team. Obviously, Ohio State has, superiority in every position group, in my opinion. At a receiving core, obviously the way better running back room. And I don't know too much about their tight ends to really compare because our tight ends really haven't done much. And of course, they utilize a fullback. I don't think we really utilize one. And then defensively, their secondary is going to have their hands full. And if our offensive line can dominate up front, yeah, their front seven ain't going to be able to do a damn thing. They're going to get run all over the place. They're going to get ran up and down the field by our run game. Trevion and Judkins. We might even see James Peoples again. That'd be nice, right? Because if James Peoples is in there, he's going to do the same thing the other two have been doing to you. Bludgeon you in the head. Wear you out. Now, historically, between these two teams, Ohio State is 37-15 overall. They've won 8 straight games against the Spartans. The last time Sparty beat Ohio State was back in 2015 at the Horseshoe. I believe that's when they hit that walk-off field goal and their kickers doing windmills all the way down the field. Celebration. Since then, it's been all Ohio State. Yep. 17-16 in 2016, 48-3 in 2017, 26-6 in 2018, 2019, 34-10, and then 52-12 in 2020. Of course, I believe that was the game where Ohio State was missing half their team because of sickness. And then Mel Tucker took over, and we've been whooping their ass ever since. 56-7 in 2021, 49-20 in 2022, and 38-3 last year. Now, I want to dig a little bit deeper into that 21 matchup because that might have been one of the most perfect of football I've ever seen from the Buckeyes. Now, why do I say that? Look what Ohio State did in the first half. Touchdown, 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 touchdown. And then end of half. Every drive, but the last drive, which was only one play because they took a knee because the half was over, scored a touchdown on every single drive. Meanwhile, how did Sparty do? Punt, missed field goal, fumble, punt, 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 punt. Ouch. That's how you get your doors blown off. Yep. They could not stop C.J. Stroud and company. Listen to these stats for C.J. Stroud, okay? And company. C.J. Stroud, 2 of 35. 432 yards. 6 touchdowns. No interceptions. He cooked their secondary. They had no chance. No chance in hell. And then Honda McCord came in and derped around 4 for 8, 17 yards and a pick. Am I really surprised? No. Damn. And then on the ground in that game, 43 carries, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns. Master Teague and Mayan Williams were doing their thing. But then through the air, 36 receptions, 449 yards, 6 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns apiece from Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson. They each had 7 receptions, and they had a combined 266 yards. Not bad. And then you have Jackson Smith and Jigba. 10 receptions, 105 yards, and a touchdown. Jeremy Ruckert, Mayan Williams, Sam Wigglers was transferred to Ohio and balled out for the Bobcats. Julian Fleming, who's now at Penn State. Travion Henderson, Mitch Rossi, and G. Scott all got a little bit of action too. What they do? But man, that was the masterclass. And so jumping on an opponent, right? Now, before I get into talking about this game, though, got some injury news to talk about. Starting off with Ohio State, as Pete Thamel tweeted out, and I quote earlier this morning, sources, Ohio State star defensive tackle Tyleik Williams will be available at Michigan State on Saturday night. He missed the game against Marshall with an undisclosed injury. Yeah, just randomly out of nowhere, we find out, oh yeah, Tyleik Williams isn't playing. We're like, well, damn, what happened? Because I haven't heard I did not hear a thing about him being hurt. So it must have happened during practice or something. But it's good to hear that he'll be back tomorrow night. And then for the Spartans, from Pete Thamel, and I quote, sources, Michigan State starting wide receiver Jerron Glover will return Saturday night against Ohio State after missing 2 games with an undisclosed injury. Star freshman Nick Marsh is a game-time decision as he missed the Boston College game last week. So they might be getting 2 of their stud receivers back. And our defense is really going to have to account for those 2 guys to go along with Foster. So it's going to be an interesting game. It really is. I'm excited. You know, this is the best team Ohio State's faced all year, obviously. And of course, it's our first conference game on the road. So yeah, we'll be ready for that. You already know. Now, getting into my keys to a Buckeye dub. Number 1, turn up the heat on Childs. We did not get enough pressure on Stone Oral last week. And that dude Loki carved us up. He kind of did. Can't even lie. I would have hated to have been in that film room this week for Ohio State. Right? Letting Stone Earl hook you like that. Oh, man. I think I said during my stream on the main channel, I was like, yo, did Tyleik Williams mean that much to this defense to where when he's out, we can't do a damn thing? Like, God, we look like the early, 2010s Browns out there when it comes to not getting pressure. God, can't let these quarterbacks sit back there because they'll cook you. Number 2, start fast on offense. Just do what we've been doing, right? Get the ball, go right on down the field, score a touchdown. And then next drive, do the same thing. And then again, and then again, and then again. Essentially just do what we did against these guys in 2021. Score on every freaking drive. Right? I want it to be where fourth quarter comes around, the only people at that stadium are Buckeye fans. Right? I want that place to be empty by the fourth quarter. Right? I mean, that's the objective. Blow the doors off of every opponent you face. Make a statement. Now, getting to my players to watch. On offense, I'm going Travion Henderson. He's been really, really good to start the year now that he has essentially a wingman in Quinshon Judkins. Travion's not really a bell cow back, but also, he is a bell cow back, but he also has like a 1B running back to help him out. We're not relying solely on Travion. Travion will be out there for a drive or so, and then when he needs to take a breather, Quinshon comes in and just continues the torture. It's awesome, man. It is really awesome to have 2 amazing running backs. We are so blessed over here to have that. Oh, man. Besides, the way to go nowadays is running back by committee. It really saves your running back's legs for what will be a longer season, too. And then on defense, it has to be the defensive line. The entire unit. They have to get pressure on I almost said Peyton Thorne. No, I was looking at the 2021 box score. They have to get pressure on Aiden Childs. He's prone to making mistakes. Force him to make more this week. Peyton Thorne, is he at Auburn now? Pretty sure he is. Wow. He's even still in college. I don't even know. I think he's in Auburn still. Boy. But yeah, it's got to be the D-line. We have to go out there and, just cause chaos. You can't let Aiden Childs sit back there and cook you, right? That's a big thing this week. Now, as far as my prediction goes, obviously I got the Buckeyes winning. And I have the Buckeyes winning 35-14. pretty modest, right? I think it'll be a close game for a little while, and then Ohio State takes over late, and they pull away with maybe a touchdown or two at the end, and it's 35-14 Buckeyes, and they go to 4-0 with Iowa on deck, back at the Horseshoe, with of course that game against Oregon looming. That'll be fun. So that's all I got for this one, guys. Video going on 15 and a half minutes. So if you enjoyed this awesome preview, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell so you get my notifications when I do videos and occasionally go live, especially for recruitment, reactions. That's really all I go live for on this channel, unless I go live to talk about the team or something. But yeah, with that being said, as always, I'm Crazy Dog coming at you on the Buckin' Crazy YouTube channel. Let's go Bucks. Let's start off conference play with a dub. And let's go beat Sparty into a bloody pulp. Go Bucks. I'm Crazy Dog. OH. I'm out. Bye-bye.